Hey guys, this is On Productions, aka number 4673, and I am back in... Someone's calling me. Ugh, damn. Okay, I'm back. Are you serious? Now I should be back. Night had come. There you go. Darkness had swallowed the living daylight, and the shadows loomed over the garden as I wandered through the foliage. I knew I was supposed to be doing my job. The head gardener told me to prune the bushes and flowers so everything would be ready by tomorrow. But after the incident today, I couldn't help but feel down and depressed. My thoughts turned to the mysterious light. How did it appear? If I remember correctly, the source of it came from my precious find this morning. I pulled the little white knife out of my pocket. What are you? Fingers twisting the little utensil, I examined it carefully. Now, it looked like any other ordinary butter knife, with no hint of magical energy stored or otherwise bent inside. Could it be possibly in a dormant state? I tucked it back into my breast pocket. The night may still be young, but I should start pruning soon. Nessie? Over my shoulder I could see a figure concealed in the shadows beneath a willow tree. Colin. I took off, heading towards the opposite direction. Nessie, wait! He grabbed my arm. Please, let's talk. Let go of me. He watched my face carefully, hesitating. Will you promise not to run? I jerked my arm away. Keeping my face to the ground, I made sure not to look at him. As he retracted his hand, Colin continued to watch me with concern all over his face. I don't trust you. Why are you avoiding me? I'm not. I'm really busy, Colin. The Crown Prince is coming tomorrow, and I have to clean up the Vanilla Park gardens. But you haven't done anything yet. You've been wandering the gardens this whole time? It's already evening now. I didn't want to look at him. Nessie, tell me what's wrong. He placed his hand on my shoulder. I didn't brush it off. Why? Why don't you ever tell me I'm beautiful? Oh, why did you say that? You always tell the other girls how pretty and cute and how beautiful they are. Why don't you ever tell me those things? My face flushed bright red as I realized what it was leading up to. Don't you ever see me as a girl? Colin looked down, silent. When he didn't speak up for another moment longer, I realized his answer. My face turned away, trying to hide the hurt of his rejection. Is that really what you think? He let go of my shoulder, turning the other way. Colin was leaving. Oh, just leave, bastard. I watched him as he disappeared into the garden flora. The leaves swallowed him up into the shadows as he left, and I was alone again. The sting of rejection suddenly came back, biting my chest. I tried to pay attention to shearing the bushes, but the heavy feeling in my chest distracted me. I cut my fingers over several thorns as I sheared. I had to stop. I'm back. Slumping down against the tree, I tried to focus my attention on a vanilla lily, but tears came pouring down anyway. Oh, poor girl. I want somebody to tell me I'm beautiful. I want somebody to hold me and tell me that I matter to them. Is it really that much to ask for, to be part of somebody's life, to be of some importance to them? That if I was gone, I'd have some bit of joy in their everyday life. Is that really too much to ask for? I wiped my tears away. Maybe I should go clean up the fountain before I continue shearing. The fountain water sparkled in the moonlight. Some droplets flew into my hair as I passed by, sweeping the leaves with my rake. That should be everything. Strange, though, something wasn't right. Usually there were only fallen leaves in the fountain area, but I was also sweeping up flower petals. Could there be some stray animal eating the flowers? Someone was here. Hello? My eyes darted around the fountain, then to the bushes, and finally the trees. Nothing. Oh well. I went back to sleeping. All of this would have never happened today if I'd stayed quiet and let those girls have their gossip. They probably didn't really mean half of what they said anyway. What harm could they have possibly done by saying a few teasing words? The best outcome really might have been to stay quiet and let them have their way. Honestly, why couldn't I just be quiet and control myself? I always overreact over these silly things. Was it really my fault? Am I really such a bad person? Am I the one who's wrong? My tears spilled over, trailing down my cheeks. Shaking my head, I wiped them away with my sleeve. It was getting wet and wrinkly. Why are you crying? I jumped. Turning around, I saw a figure hidden in the shadows. There was somebody here. Excuse me, sir, the Vanilla Park garden is closed. Visitors shouldn't be here right now. Yes, but are you alright, miss? Oh, hello there. This is how someone should look. I like this. The figure emerged. As he approached, the shadows melted away, revealing his fine features. Pitch black hair shined starkly against the moonlight. A pair of red eyes stood out like rubies in the night. It took me a while to regain my composure. What are you crying about, miss? I looked down, hiding my face as he began to approach. Did he really see me crying? The Vanilla Park Gardens is closed. I will have to ask you to leave. Miss, you don't seem well. Didn't you hear me the first time? He stopped. Oh no, he snapped again. What was wrong with me? And she wished. With one swift turn of his cape, he began walking away. Wait, mister! I'm sorry! He was almost out of sight now. Wait! He stopped. Looking over his shoulder, he eyed me carefully. I'm sorry I'm so rude. I had a bad day, so... Oh, what was I saying? I was rambling nonsense to some random stranger. I'll probably say something stupid. Nothing good ever comes out of my mouth. Maybe I should just shut up now, in case I make a fool out of myself again. Besides, I've said too much today already. Every time I open my mouth, more trouble comes than it's worth. I went back to sleeping. Would it feel better to talk it out? My lips were sealed. Letting it out is always better than leaving it in. The stranger smiled with kind eyes. It was hard to doubt his words, especially his gentle demeanor. It's really nothing, just... Well, people say nasty things about people all the time. And I just happen to be one of the many victims. Oh, shit. Sorry, I forgot that I couldn't use that. He waited for me to continue. Contrary to what he expected, I turned my attention away, back to the ground as I swept. I was hoping for him to be discouraged enough to give up and leave. That didn't seem to happen quite yet. What's your name? My name is... Why was I hesitating? I should have said Nessie, but... My name is Vanessa. But everyone just calls me Nessie for short, so... Do you want me to call you Nessie? I shook my head. I might actually prefer Vanessa to Nessie. But everyone just started calling me by Nessie, so my voice trailed off. I was conflicted over asking him just to call me by the name I wanted or the name that everyone else calls me by. And why were you crying? Well, many girls say nasty things about me. So every once in a while I have to cry. I forced a smile. I don't know how to make them stop. I'm scared that if I try anything more, it will just get worse. I might be an inkling more confident in myself and talk to them to fudge off. Maybe that's why those girls pick on me. Because I'm such a weak and pathetic person. The mysterious stranger in black continued to watch me, probing every inch of my face with his eyes. It was hard not to shy away from the intensity of his stare. "You're weak," I froze. A weak, pathetic, hopeless little girl. You keep expecting someone to help you, to save you from your misery, but nobody will give you two rotten pies about you. Your whining will get you nowhere in life, and it hasn't gotten you anywhere now, has it? He struck a nerve inside of me. Why would everybody want to help a pathetic little girl when she's too afraid to even ask others to call her by her real name? His words sent a sharp pang through me. I stood there, blind and dumbfounded as I began to realize the harsh reality of his words. I'm not weak, But I was. I've been depending on Colin this whole time, waiting for him to stand up for me against those girls. But Colin won't help me. He doesn't value me any more than a childhood friend. So who was I waiting for this entire time? Nobody. Just a figment of my imagination. Tears swelled up in my eyes once more. I tried my best not to let them spill over to fester them any more than it already was. But despite that, they continued to build. I'm not weak. My hands tightened into a fist. Don't call me weak. I'm not a weak, pathetic little girl. I'm a strong, confident young woman, and... My voice hitched, automatically faltering to the next word before I spoke. Don't call me Nessie. And with that, the pools of water spilled over. Poor girl. Tears poured down my face like a waterfall as I cried even harder than before. I could feel my heart convulse and something bliss as it was set free. Even as I tried to hide my pathetic state, I knew it was hopeless. The heavy weight on my chest had been lifted, and my shameful state had been revealed for all to see. I wonder what he thought of me right now. Though the truth to be told, I didn't care. Oh shit. Guilt clouded over his features, though I was certain that it was some sort of cruel illusion. How could he possibly have any compassion left after saying such cruel things? From the very beginning, he deliberately devised his kind-hearted gentleman-like performance in order to pry me open. Please. He reached over to me, wavering for a moment before his hand curled around my shoulder. I flinched away from the unfamiliarity of the stranger's touch, and it wasn't before he detached himself from me that I finally calmed down. Sorry, I've said too much. I refused to give him the satisfaction of my forgiveness. I was still angry over his false sentimentality, but I even had to acknowledge the truth of his words. Everything he said was right. My eyes swelled again with tears. I raised up my sleeve, ready to wipe it away from the coming droplets. But before I could, a pair of hands reached to brush them off. Oh my god, that is adorable! Oh my god, that's so cute! They lingered there for a while, resting against my skin. Beautiful girls shouldn't cry. He held me in his hands. Surely he could see the red creeping over the surface of my skin, building into a bright red glow. It was hard not to turn away from the piercing red eyes boring into my own. What's your name? My question interrupted his appraisal, but no answer came forth. Your name? He remained silent. Moments later, his lips stretched into a mysterious smile. You'll find out soon enough. He released me. Deliberately caressing his finger across the surface of my cheeks, he made sure to have his fill before losing contact with my skin. Then, with a long stride of his legs, the stranger stepped away, disappearing down the path. Bye, Vanessa. I stood there in the dark, hearing the slow rush of the fountain water. The night flushed with warm red glow. Or maybe that was just me. He was gone. The fountain returned to its normal atmosphere once more as I stood alone in the dark with my rake standing on top of the stray leaves. As the stars twinkled quietly in this night sky, my thoughts turned to that mysterious stranger. What kind of sugar was he? Never seen that skin color before either. And his eyes looked like a pair of red cherries. Cherry. The Cherry Dynasty bloodline died almost a few thousand years ago. I have to end the episode here. I'll see you next one.